Yeah, right. Was it a Toll House we talking here? Like what kind? Sugar cookie?
I believe I asked earlier, but maybe I neglected to follow through on reading that aspect of the chat.
We need to know our cookie information.
Store-bought dough, Sweet Lawrence fudgy brownie cookie dough. Oh, fudgy brownie, so like a super chocolatey one, eh?
Oh, I love that kind.
Well, Godspeed to recovery on your mouth. That sucks. I hate that, especially because like, you know, just no flavor from other things for a few.
Right, just tender.
Yeah.
Just pain.
All right. We are back. We are back with Auger Zenith. I was rambling about Three Sigma, Palmer Eldritch, and the Frankfurt School before we took off. So yeah, I think a lot of the times the Frankfurt School isn't a thing really talked about in the broader culture or thought about. The only time I've honestly ever heard it, like on YouTube, for instance, is out of the mouth of someone like fucking Ben Shapiro or Jordan Peterson, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's all postmodern Marxist, cultural Marxism, yada yada. It's all like, okay, postmodernism comes from the Franklin School in the sense that the postmodern method of deconstructing media and art is sort of one of the things that Derrida and others, you know, Benjamin, Horkheimer, Adorno, Arendt, it was just saying like, hey, there's a reason that the material reality is different than what Marx predicted, and it seems to be that there's this nascent fascism that arises as a cultural product, and what is it within our culture that causes that? It's just a historical way to look more critically at the things you're interacting with. Why is it that capitalism leads to fascism? So, you know, when I'm saying Superman's a good movie, like, it's a good product. When I'm saying Superman has some weird things to say about immigration that might be ultimately conservative, that's more the critical theory aspect of it. That's not to say you can't enjoy Superman. It's just be aware of those type of things if you're going to do, like, you know, political readings of Superman.
Ooh. Oh, nice. Let's tear it up, buddy. Hell yeah.
But, like, it's also just straight up, like, not Marxism. Marxism's more like political practice. Marxism isn't even something Marx practiced. Marxism arose after Marx passed, if I recall correctly, as a sort of putting into practice his theories. And then you get, like, Marxist-Leninism and other schools of thought as far as how you implement those politicals in specific. And none of that is postmodernism. These are all very different things with very specific reasons they arose historically and such.
There was a disco floor we're running on.
Yeah, I love that there's blood on the dance floor.
There's murder on the dance floor.
Dopamine bullets, hell yeah.
There we go. How low can you go?
But I think it's important to really actually get more people aware of or popularize or just in general understand the concepts of critical theory more and more, as, like, if we're all going to be like soy internet posters with takes where we're all just like sitting around being critical of the things we're gawking at, we should at least be critical with some sort of direction or purpose.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just expressing in more longer and repetitive and verbose ways that thing I like, good, thing I like, I like.
Which is true, but not really a criticism.
Yeah, that's the kind of, that's the end point of the sort of aestheticized, like, thing worth money, 5 stars, 5 out of 5. Like, okay, it's a dopamine rush. Got it. You don't need to tell me in 10,000 words thing you like. Please tell me something more.
Yeah. Tell me something I may not have noticed. Pull it apart. Give some good criticisms.
I've just been particularly, I guess, annoyed this season by things like Andor and Superman being, you know, these big WB Disney properties, and they're good things too. They are entertaining, and I love them. It's something about the fandom, the way fandom is morphing and warping, and the way pop culture conversations around these things are changing is more what I find fascinating or interesting, or where we need to have more critical thought going on.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, especially with Andor and Star Wars stuff is always such a weird spot for a lot of things, especially when it comes to like fandom versus like whatever it's trying to say.
Yeah, I think too that if
anything.
you're just like, oh, Andor and Superman are secretly more leftist than they left on, it starts getting into territory where, again, you're first off, in order to have that read on Superman, you have to deny some rather conservative, like, explicit text things that the movie's doing. So, like, I don't think it's secretly leftist because it's straight up telling me what it is in the text itself. So, like, I don't need to read Israel-Palestine innuendo into it. But, I mean, you start getting to, like, weird QAnon levels of, like, reading clues into things for products that ultimately aren't doing anything.
Right, like, and you're missing the actual things that it may actually be doing, if anything at all.
And I think
you're just having your own weird agenda.
I think it annoys me because it speaks to, like, wanting to be quote unquote leftist in, like, your cultural approach and, like, lived politics, but then you're still just doing the individualist, like, soy posting, like, no, the president's secretly my friend, like, neoliberal apologetics.
This makes me think of, like, the guy on the first season of The Rehearsal who gets really into numerology after, like, surviving a car accident.
Yes.
It's like, why are you obsessed with numbers instead of, like, you're, like, yeah, there are things, you may be seeing things, but you're not seeing the actual situation for what it is.
And so, also, as I'm seeing this, like, Andor secretly signaling me to be a communist and Superman secretly, like, James Gunn's actually my friend, it rings to me of, I've been on the receiving end of, you know, liberals who will still defend Joe Biden from a sense of, like, if I protect Joe Biden, like, he's still my friend. Like, there's still, like, that power apologism there. Or, I mean, there's a lot of people who I see talking about Trump in the sense of, like, how did people believe that Trump was going to be anti-war? And yet he's going to war, like he's doing the thing he said he wouldn't do. It's like, yeah, because everybody was like, you know, Donald Trump is secretly my friend, and he's actually giving me these secret clues when the real thing's right there in front of your face.
Whoa. Found the blue door.
Americans love their treasure hunts, I guess.
It is, man. It's that same, like, we've always had these kinds of, like, crazy people, but especially, like, the church people. I just think of that clip of, like, the woman who's, like, explaining how Monster drink is, like, satanic because of, like, the M on it.
Yeah.
That sort of, they're like, dude, it's, I mean,
I think
maybe
some of this goes back to, like, the way we educate ourselves. Like, I don't want to bash public schools, because I don't think public schools are the problem. More like the method of pedagogy, like, we grew up with, where it's like teach. I just think Americans are doing their homework because they think they can get some secret knowledge that will give them an A on the test that other Americans won't have. So there's always like but I did the homework and I read the extra secret clues and I know the extra true narrative that you don't, even though we're all seeing the same info. And it's kind of like a reflection of, like, that striver hustle culture, like, be a good capitalist entrepreneur mentality. Like, oh, have your own unique, most tailored custom take that you're ready to pitch at any time.
Yep. Oh, you got to. You got to be cool and hip. Oh, thank you, Plasma.
And I say that as we have a custom take while playing Doom and talking about Philip K. Dick and Walter Benjamin and all that, but my hope is that I'm not saying like, look, I know Walter Benjamin, look, I know Doom, look, aren't I cool for knowing these things, and more like, hey guys, there's some ideas out there worth examining that I want you to examine as well, and this is my understanding of it. If you're curious or if this rings interesting, please check out further on your own, or, you know, come on the Discord, talk with me about it.
Okay. We don't have all the best takes forever and ever, you know. We only know so much. Oh God, Henry, where did you go now? Are we almost?
I was right behind you, actually. Are you
really?
Here for the portal area? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got the blue key card. Where's like the blue door? Oh, the blue door is over here at the start. Yeah. That's the end of that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It was the exit. Oh, that was a nice short one. That was honestly kind of nice after the last couple.
Yeah, nice change.
Good breather. And I like this setup too. The kind of like back and forth into Disco Hall, like go to the different areas. Hell yeah.
One of the things that's not really a spoiler about Alphaville that I want people to consider in relation to, you know, we're still playing Doom 2. It's just been reskinned into a more cyberpunk appearance. It is not just hell. And I think Alphaville is Godard entertaining this idea of like, what if like fascism won World War II and it just reskinned itself into a business suit, like, yeah, the Nazis lost, but the National Socialism died, but, like, neoliberalism as a vessel for fascism flourished. Like,
yeah, it's alive and well.
It's still a system based on, like, a false history and mythology and, like a scapegoat. It's just, you know, where National Socialism and the Nazi project was an ethnic scapegoat. With capitalism, you just be like, oh, well, those people are poor because they're amoral or they're not working hard enough. So it's
so dumb.
Yeah, it's a bit more. People are a bit more acceptable of genociding that type of population than they are like a race-based or an ethnicity-based one. Even though like race and ethnicity still factor into like the class system created under capitalism.
Yeah.
But you know, under capitalism, yeah, under a less racist capitalism, you can have examples of, you know, the good minorities to further excuse the elimination of the bad minorities.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, mask for mask. Excellent point about disabled people and the forced sterilization. That's one of the reasons why, like, in theory, I'm for, like, yeah, you should be able to, like, do medically assisted suicide if you want to kill yourself. But, like, in practice, the way the structure would then be incentivized to dehumanize and get people to kill themselves because it'd just be the more cost-effective way to go. I don't like that aspect of it.
Yeah, with capitalism running things, it seems like not what it should be, or what we want it to ultimately be. But yeah, no, completely agreed on that point. That is a really good point. Don't do that. Super shotgun.
Which, let's get back to more... Oh, shit. Never mind. I was going to say, let's get back to more Palmer Eldritch, but there's a lot of dudes to kill right now, so I'm going to just focus on being a murder machine. As my government wants.
Where's my... Government-mandated murder machine.
I'm just going to read Master for Mass comment in regards to all that. I feel the same way. I want that freedom available, but I don't trust insurance. They've been convincing disabled people to pull the plug already in the States, which is one step away from what you're describing. Yeah, I think there's been some instances in Canada, too, where it just seems like people were just, like, heavily pushed towards it for the sake of efficiency.
Yeah, I'm too poor. Well, we don't want to figure this problem out.
Right, exactly.
Yourself.
You know, it sucks being homeless, but we also now offer you the freedom to just fucking do yourself in.
I like the idea. So I'd be like, well, that's what I was going to do anyways.
Right.
Like, yeah, but now you can do it through the government.
Now when you do it, the state like claps for you.
Yeah, now we have an insurance claim to go along with it. It's great, you see. Oh man, it's a dumb, dumb world.
How do we open that thing? Oh, there's a pillar. That central pillar teleports you.
Oh, does it now? Oh, how about that now?
The systems are fine. Do not look closely.
Yeah.
Right, and that is why the Frankfurt School does get scapegoated, because all the Frankfurt School is at, like the Frankfurt School, like they're not even hardcore commies. They're just straight up asking, like, hey, look closer at the way the state perpetuates its ideologies through media and pop culture. They weren't like tankies. Although I may be speaking a bit overassumptively there. I know, for instance, like Benjamin died while trying to escape Nazi-occupied Europe during World War II, and so some of the, I mean, like they were alive during an actual war. I think trying to come up with like modernist lingo like tankies and ascribing that to people in the 1930s and 40s, a bit harder. Clearly anti-fascist, because that was the project. Which, again, if you're a red-blooded American who doesn't like the Nazis, I see no reason why you wouldn't want to be more critical of considering how fascism takes hold in pop culture and infects people.
It's honestly just weird because people just don't. I think a lot of Americans literally don't know what fascism is.
Yeah, right.
It's like, unless it has a swastika and is dressed as a Nazi, and even then some of them don't even recognize that as being like...
And he's like a businessman. He doesn't speak German. He doesn't look like a Nazi.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go through the Umberto Eco essay or a few other... There's some smaller pamphlet-sized things we can read at some point to really knead in what fascism is for the viewers.
Yeah. Because, like, I thought it was very clear-cut. At least, like, and even not just, like, maybe necessarily knowing exactly what fascism is, but, like, what breeds fascism. Like, what happens around it. It's like, oh, this is, like, not normal.
I do want to shout out Vice Victus of the Action for Everyone podcast. Definitely check out the Action for Everyone podcast. They find gems of cinema, contemporary cinema, in a world where we're just dominated by an overabundance of streaming choices. They are very good at finding the kind of I say lowbrow in the most endearing way, but like the great action movies that are coming out that aren't necessarily getting the coverage they would in even like the days of like VHS rental and such. That's a bad historical point. I don't know what I was trying to say with that VHS point, but like just check out the Action for Everyone podcast. They highlight great action movies that you may not otherwise see because we're in a huge, again, overabundant age of streaming choices. But
back when we actually used to blow things up.
Yeah, Vice has. I mean, they have some of my favorite takes on the works of Michael Bay as well, and just understanding movies like the stuff with Bayhim and Den of Thieves, but. I don't even remember why I brought this all up initially in regards to... I was going to bring up their review of Superman and what they were discussing in terms of it being nebulously comic book enough to have anything read into it, but also, like... The history of war tropes it's playing on, and that if it were 10 years back, instead of it being ICE, it'd be Blackwater. If it were 10 years before that, it'd be the Homeland Security instead of ICE.
Yeah, it's just the flavor of the week.
The reason you can read political messages onto Superman, or that Superman seems to be commenting on the political now or the political of like all the time, is because we just like it's not that Superman's predicting anything, it's that we haven't properly addressed the fascism of it all. Like, it's the same challenge since the 80s, because we're not actually like considering how to do things differently.
But Henry, I thought The Simpsons predicted everything.
Right, exactly.
Everything that's happened in the world. Like,
The Simpsons didn't just magically predict that stuff. They were reacting to and commenting on channels that were active at the time, and that's always the case. Like,
that doesn't seem right. Nice. Yeah.
Also, Elmanax just says, yeah, just look at the intersection of race and birth control. Sexual liberation is beneficial, but restricting access to legal means for abortion while making the material conditions worse just means go into your future where we can't see it. Yeah.
Yep. You mean history repeating itself and things going in a way that we were very clearly have seen
the state
due to our
still
past?
definitely practices eugenics. Even before the current cuts being made with the Big Beautiful Bill, I mean, the homeless population, the unhoused, are just the most acceptable scapegoat to shuffle around and just let them like wither off and die because, they don't own property. They must have done something wrong within the American system, and they deserve nothing.
Yeah, they're not winning. They did something wrong, and therefore must be punished.
They weren't doing the homework and reading the secret clues, so they don't get the same benefits I do, because I need to be a good boy. Because I'm terrified of being homeless, because that is very much why that population is there, to incentivize fear in the middle class.
It's so weird. Like, don't you want to not be like these people? Don't you want to not be state punching bags?
Where are we going next? What? Oh. Okay.
Right, there was also some article recently talking about someone went to like one of the job fairs for ICE, and it was very much like the Imperial Boomerang, just like made real.
Yeah.
As far as like people being like, I was trained to do all these horrific things overseas, and I never got to do them, so now I get to use my training.
There was an ICE raid in Carrillo, California. They were assaulting farm workers, and they were dropping some sort of gas from helicopters. And the footage I saw looked just so close to Vietnam in terms of Agent Orange, footage of Agent Orange being dropped on on parts of the jungle.
Yep.
Just these fields getting dusted by ice, and yeah, just the most literal form of just seeing the Imperial Boomerang, of seeing it coming back to the homeland.
Yeah. God. Anti-fun fact, modular washer, dryer, and shower setups they showed off at Florida concentration camp were designed by contractors for use in forward operating areas by our troops. Dude, it's insane. That's one thing that's
it really is
insane.
They really are like just doing all the language and the straight drag of warfare. I've seen the numbers discussed on social media, where it's like the numbers they are talking about, the official since 11 million illegals. That's just such an unrealistic number. That is legit. The only way you can get that number is, instead of counting the illegals, you're literally counting like the entire Latino population of the U.S., citizens and all. Which, if that's the number they're going with, and that's the logic they're
horrifying.
using, that is exactly the kind of signal for an ethnic cleansing that you want to take very seriously.
Yep. Yeah, man, it's honestly very scary how much we're doing. It's just Nazi Germany, to a T at every moment.
Yo, so there's this elevator shaft over here. Have you gone up it? Because I think it's the critical path. I think beyond, you know, just thinking of the historical stuff of Nazi Germany, it is just worth understanding. Like, yep, that's just the function of, like, a fascist apparatus and how it operates.
Oh, for sure. I think it's more of like the...
It is...
The steps are being repeated in new ways, and seeing those steps.
I do think it is still, like, a good historical analog to be like, look, this is stupid and happening again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, like... And you can definitely, like, accidentally get into the area of, like, cherry-picking things that'll look awful or whatever, depending on what you're trying to push. Right. But, like, this is very different. You know?
Yeah, alright, let's
go again.
Up this guy. Oh. Damn it.
Shaft.
Boom.
Bunch of army dudes want to use their army shit.
Yeah. So much of it at this point, too, bringing up the army dudes doing army shit is like... We're so far beyond the Western being applicable as anything real, and yet so many dudes really are sad they don't get their cowboy moment, you know?
Yeah, dude, everybody wants to go to the trenches thinking they're going to survive the trenches, but, like, that's not what the trenches do for people.
Right, they were promised that they were going to be like Nick Cage and The Rock and, like, get to do some cool spy shit, or...
Yeah, dude.
They're even as banal as, like, Matthew Broderick in Godzilla 1998. That was something I watched recently as part of the aforementioned Godzilla binge I was having with friends. And it is such a interesting... It is not a good movie, but it is such an interesting document of the 90s attitudes as far as, like, oh, we're unbeatable. We're America. We have all the wealth in the world. Like, I can literally do the same mistake twice, and it'll just work out in the end because, like, I look like a member of the cast of Friends. That movie's so much about there being, like, no consequences. The military does literally the exact same plan, and then, like, the way Matthew Broderick's character gets yelled at for, like, fucking something up, and then everybody just does the exact same thing, except he just believes harder the second time he does it, and it just, like, works itself out. It's just such a Forrest Gump gumption thing. Like, people talk about Forrest Gump as, like, an evil boomer movie because it perpetuates, like, anybody...
that do nothing but get all the rewards.
It's like, no, the real magic of Forrest Gump is the unified boomer lie it perpetuates about, like, who was right and wrong in, like, the second half of the 1900s, and that, like, any of this actually matters as far as, like, self-narrativizing goes. Damn, I was looking to say before I started bashing Forrest Gump, and also there's a really cool map. Are you seeing this?
This map is insane. Yeah, I'm also reading L-Man.
Pyramids. Yeah, I know the chat's also bouncing off of.
Yeah, no, all good. I'm kind of seeing a little bit of both. Let's see. L-Man X learned the Victorian palaces have separate sets of rooms for servants to move through in complex without being seen. Made me reflect on how neoliberalism has pushed labor across the globe to make it even more invisible than keeping separate spaces.
Right.
Yeah,
like
no, that's a really good point.
The gig economy DoorDashification of even your deliveries to the point where it's like, oh, it's at the door. I'd never have to see anybody. It just conveniently has shown up there.
Dude, which is always the hardest thing for me to understand because fundamentally, like, we've all worked jobs, right, guys? Like, we've all worked jobs, and, like, we are people doing the labor, and we understand that, like, when you go to a new job, almost everything is the same. Like, yeah, your tasks and roles may be different, but, like, you are still running to the exact same issues, just, like, at a new job. But, like, my parents cannot, like, fathom outside of, like, well, no, every other company is running perfectly fine. It's just my issues at my company. They're the ones ideas. I'm like, no, dude.
Wait, you've had shitty experiences with middle managers too? It's almost like that's a structural feature of the position and not just that one boss being an asshole.
Yeah, the inability to extrapolate very basic things that have like are just like to me feel universally true, having like worked many different kinds of like positions in different places. But it's lost, and I feel like that goes even deeper than just like that situation. Is the inability to just even think about something, even though you can see the pieces right in front of you.
It's funny, too, because I think the way AI tries to sell productivity features highlights, like, nobody actually wants to do any of this shit. Like, you can send your AI to the meeting to listen in and take notes and then recount the important parts. It's like, why not just, like, skip the fucking meeting?
I think my favorite part about that is like someone's using AI to make notes for the meeting. So it's just an AI produced meeting for the AI chatbot to listen to the AI meeting.
Right. We just need to run the facsimile of the thing.
We need the AIs to do all the work for us, and we need someone watching the AIs to make sure. Like the middle management's job is to make sure the AI is doing its job. I love teaching rocks math, man. It's the coolest thing we've ever done, and like we get so much out of it.
We're doing it worse and worse too. We're making them just as dumb as us. It's great.
It's like they thought they were good. This is like the fall from grace with them is like Americans realizing British people aren't smart just because of an accent, you know? Like they're down on our level.
Technopoverty 2025 is me trying to Google the names of the villains in the Superman movie and just like getting instead just listicles about like the top 25 Superman villains.
Fuck.
Or like because of a particular plot twist, there's no named actor for the particular character I was looking for, but it was a character in the movie, but because there was no separate actor for it, it didn't show up on the quick like on the quick info you get when you punch into Google and it's like, here's all the key actors. It's like, damn it. I just really need a character name. Or like when I tried to Google a Star Wars fact for like an Andor essay where I'm looking for actual like real world when X, Y, and Z events were added to the lore, so I look them up and I get directed to Wikipedia. But instead of finding any like real world like this real person created this event at this time, I get a Wikipedia article going like, in the galactic year XYZ, this event happened. It's like, no, it's not a real thing. I don't need the computer telling me like the in lore like origins of this thing. I need to know like when the fuck this was written in like a book in the 80s and who that shadow author was.
Yeah, we need that.
I need that aspect of it.
Ah! Yo, fuck off, Cyber Demon.
Jacob, where are you? You're just yelling, and I'm
on a foyer. I'm on a foyer. Ooh, but a BFG. Thank you. Alright, now I'm outside. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's bad.
I'm somewhere outside.
Are you getting F'd in the A with all the rockets currently?
No, that sounds fun. Where?
If you go to that little foyer area...
I don't know where the foyer is. I don't know.
My God.
I'm so lost. You know what? I'm just gonna keep wondering. You don't have to direct me.
Just keep listening for blasts.
Yeah. Oh, I heard something. I circled all the way back to the start. Okay. I'm just not focused on this level. And you know what else I have been doing? I haven't been talking about Palmer Eldritch, which I remember I said I was going to do at the start of this level, and then I just started blasting dudes.
That's fair. It's I think Palmer Eldritch would like that.
Blasting dudes? Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's up for blasting dudes.
So, to get all the way back to the Philip K. Dick story, we talked about Leo Bolero and I think it's Barney Matheson, the two sides of the capitalist coin. You have the self-hate-loathing liberal and the slimy snake oil entrepreneurial conservative type. and they run a drug operation. They sell candy to the people of Mars, and things are going good. But then, oh hey, I think I found the exit. I think it's just over at the edge here. I think I'm ready to walk out.
Don't do it yet. I gotta kill this goddamn cyber demon.
Oh, I think actually we need a lot. We actually need a lot of keys. They're all right there behind the exit doors. Here's the pyramid. Pyramids.
Yeah, these pyramids, you know what I'm saying?
Pyramids. I need the red key. Oh, I see the cyber demon up at the top of the pyramid. Did you see that guy?
Yeah, that's the guy I was fighting.
Okay.
You're near the foyer.
Okay. I know where to go now. I have direction. I have purpose. I have an enemy to slay. Through violence, I will be reborn into the Doom Man, not the Doom Boy.
It's true. The man. You'll get your man. The big case of the man. Because you're so strong. Just the biggest boy.
The straight drag of it all.
Dude, quit fucking launching rockets, you piece of shit.
It's just his nature, Jacob. He's just an animal. Oh man, I didn't realize you can see that from this like elevator area.
Yeah, right? That's when I first noticed where I was like, oh, that's where I need to go. Wait, I have a BFG, fuck you.
This is pretty cool.
Did I get him? Did I miss? Probably missed.
We got him.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Get fucked.
Does that... Oh, right here. I just pressed the green thing. It just opened.
There's also a secret in the butt of the pyramid, just so you know.
What did that green thing do?
Ooh, so you got this thing to pop up.
Partial invisibility.
Oh.
Did you open something? Oh, I got the blue card. Whatever you did got the blue card and the red card. Okay, we got all the cards.
Oh, cool. All right. Well,
there's
good on us.
There's some like special switches down here to hit. I don't know what they do, but I'm hitting them. It looks like you hit one. What did that do?
I don't know. It's raising and lowering this guy over here. I don't. What? I'm not really sure what are we doing here with this. Oh, is this just hurting me? I think that's just hurting me, guys. Not really sure what the point of that is.
Okay, well, the exit's all the way down this way.
Hell yeah. What of this map is fucking huge though.
Entryway access is oh man, which way? Dang. Huh. Pyramids. Okay, well, you can transport all the way back around. I'm gonna hit the switch. You ready? Oh.
Yeah, ready to exit?
That did not do what I thought it would do. That opened up. Oh, this is the exit right here.
Oh. I keep forgetting my character's pink, so whenever I see your screen for a split second, I'm like, oh.
Mask for mask. Blue collar cosplay has always been in to some extent too. I know that's different than what you're saying, Elman X, but I feel adjacent to it. Yeah, great seeing you, Elman. Nice to chat. We're gonna keep running through some levels here, but it was great talking with you.
Yeah, thanks again as always for coming out, guys. This is always a fun time. Ooh, yeah, this music.
So, like, do plasma weapons not break glass, is my question.
I guess not. They gotta be rock hard bullets.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. So we had to shoot the button. Nice.
So Palmer Eldritch is a competitor to Leo Bolero's business. I'd say Barney Matheson's equal to Leo in the sense that they're two sides of the same coin, but it is important to note that Leo is Barney's boss. One of them is clearly in charge. And here's the thing. Before the start of the book, a long-ass time ago, Palmer Eldritch hopped on a spaceship and left the galaxy to explore the broader universe. Everybody thought he just died. He was never heard from again. Or he wasn't heard from for a while. At the start of the book, Palmer Eldritch's ship drifts back into the galaxy. He's been out exploring the wider universe, and he was gone from the galaxy. Everybody thought he was dead. Suddenly, his ship is back, and it's sending an SOS signal. And Leo is scared that Palmer Eldritch is like his competition, has some kind of plan, or he wants to know what Eldritch is up to. He's paranoid. He's a schemer. He wants to be ahead of the competition. So Leo wants to get to Eldritch and figure out what he's got going on, and so he uses Barney as a way to do that. And so Barney, through a series of convoluted events, after he feels that he's betrayed Leo in order to make it up, commits himself to going to Mars to see what he can find out about Palmer Eldritch. And his committal to going to Mars is sort of the consequence of his self-loathing becoming not just an internal thing, but an external thing, and the way he damns himself to hell, basically, is the metaphor we're going with here. If Doom and Hell, if Doom is mixing Mars and Hell, Philip K. Dick was doing so as well. In the 60s, of all things. Anyways, once Barney gets to Mars, he encounters Palmer Eldritch, and it's some of the scariest prose, the way Eldritch is described, because he is a tall man, and he has a prosthetic jaw, prosthetic eyes, and a prosthetic arm. And it's suggested that these are all prosthetic replacements for injuries he has incurred from corporate competitors trying to take him out. He's a battle-damaged Elon Musk in a way. He has these prosthetic parts that also, on a symbolic level, represent that his vision is forever his own. It's going to be marred by his own subjective electronic input. He can't see reality for what it actually is. He can't touch reality. He can't feel reality for what it really is either, because he has, his arm. And then his jaw, his teeth, he's always hungry, he's always starved, and he's always going to be consuming more. These are kind of like the three features of the villain's ethos. He's an all-consuming hunger of the market. If Leo Bolero is still like a slimy human snake oil salesman, this is the most inhuman aspects of the capitalism machine, culminated in an individual. He's a very terrifying individual, and he has a new drug to offer the world, which can compete with Candy. And what it does is, if I recall correctly, it permits you to kind of relive moments in your life that you focus on. It's sort of a harder rumination than the Perky Pat set, where Perky Pat is still collectively indulging in nostalgia with a group. What you're doing with Chu-Z, Eldritch's drug, is a more individuated indulgement of personal memory that Eldritch himself is present for. When you take Chu-Z, you're inviting Palmer Eldritch into your mind. Now that I think about it, this is very similar to when you indulge like the algorithm or ChatGPT or customized adverts on the internet, and in surrendering your sort of autonomy over to that, the machine is becoming you. Palmer Eldritch just wants to gentrify the interior life of a person. He wants to possess you, body, mind, and soul. It's not just about buying your products, but literally through taking Chu Z, Eldritch is able to perpetuate himself. It's hinted at that he's not even the original Palmer Eldritch, that he's kind of some weird alien lichen that somehow infected Eldritch's corpse and piloted the ship back to our galaxy so that it could manifest itself on a greater physical plane through spreading Chu Z through the people. So the more people who ingest Palmer Eldritch's drug, he can manifest in their own personal realities, and thus he becomes like a hyper object. Like through becoming ever present in everybody's brain, Palmer Eldritch just becomes an object in reality, like a constant permanent thing just in the atmosphere. He perpetuates himself beyond an individual level. It's horrific to think of this kind of virus, this person-made virus, this weird sci-fi vampire is what Palmer Eldritch is ultimately, and he's able to sustain himself on people underestimating themselves, on people hating themselves. There's this whole addiction thing running through the novel in which he's taking advantage of, these immiserated people who are looking for something to surrender to. What they end up surrendering to is Palmer Eldritch. He tells you, you can do these things over and over again with my drug. You can relive those moments you regret, and maybe, you know what, you can do them better. Guess what? You can't. At least in Barney's case, he ruminates too much and just keeps making the same mistakes over and over. I think that's kind of a trap of posting. If you're just posting the same things over and over, expecting material change, you're gonna go crazy.
Yep.
Also, there's a switch here. In some ways, Philip K. Dick was highlighting a sense of addiction that David Foster Wallace was maybe operating on with Infinite Jest. In the sense that people were going to become very ruminatory and personalized with their consumption of media. We got the blue key card.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I can see that cyber demon up there too.
Oh shit, is there one?
Yeah, once we get into the red building, I'm gonna see if I can start shooting him.
Where is the red building? Oh. Where do we use the blue key?
It is in the foyer. No. Oh, you're close to it. Go back in that little area to your right. It's gonna be on the lower level. Yeah, down there.
Oh, hey, the red key. But the way Perky Pet and Candy and Choosy are all just like consumption habits that these owners of capital want to possess so that they can better exploit and abuse people for profit. It rings to me of this idea we've been on about hell throughout, where hell is of your own making, or in something like with I Saw the TV Glow, where hell is not recognizing the conditions you're stuck in, or understanding that there's a superstructure you're a slave to, or not a slave to, but you need to take note of to function in, or else you're just going to drive yourself miserable. I saw the TV Glow with the whole, like, I have a family now. It's like, no, you don't. You have a big-ass TV that you just watch streaming slop on. The way Palmer Eldritch, and even before Palmer Eldritch comes to Mars, the people of Mars have settled for substituting the real for this tabletop game where, they essentially just do heroin and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah.
And And I think in exploring Doom WADs, we're really getting to tear into who gets to actually create these things and what does it actually mean to play Doom. Is that something that is what id Software tells us to do? Just chase key cards and play Doom 1 and 2? Or is it something the Doom community directs us to do by having cool WADs that really bend the form around? Does it only count as playing Doom if we're paying for a licensed Doom product? Or can we enjoy something fan-made that we didn't spend money on? Which of the two is quote-unquote the more legit experience of Doom?
You go there. You go there, and then you go there.
Yeah, the Doom of Theseus. I also think, going back to 3 Sigma of Palmer Eldritch, this is pure speculation on my end, but I have a sneaking suspicion that David Bowie's song The Man Who Sold the World is in some way describing Palmer Eldritch in terms of encountering a man you thought died long, long ago. But no, not him. He never lost control. And he has returned to sell out the world to... What is it? It can be read as an alien. It can be read that he's Satan. It can be read that he's just a dude who wants to control everything and own all and consume all. And so, as super galactic suzerain, he wants to be in everybody's brain. It's quite an invasive and uncomfortable thought. We have the yellow key now, Jacob. Just a heads up.
Dude, I'm trying to get this red key.
Oh, okay. There's like a switch you hit that lowers it, and then it does some stuff, but we should have access. I think we're actually at the end. Oh shit, there's a cyber demon out in the main streets area. Just a heads up. I was like sprinting.
Oh, he's finally out now.
Yeah, I was sprinting to the yellow door because I thought that was the exit, and now I'm just shotgunning this guy. There's like other monsters too, but I'm trying to take out the cyber demon. He's taking out the other monsters for me. That's cool. Yeah, he's just popping pinkies with rockets. It's pretty fun.
I was like, wait, are you looking at a different one than I am? Are there 2 of them?
Oh, is there another cyber demon on the map?
There is. No, Archdemon, don't you fucking do that.
Oh, I had a pretty good circle strafing thing going for a moment there.
Yeah.
I think he's almost dead. Yeah, got him.
Yeah, nice. Okay, now the other one over there.
Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, there's a BFG over there, too, dang. Cyber demon in the streets, spider demon in the sheets. Oh, Admin Archvile, he needs to die.
BFG, you got it, bitch.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I think we're ready to exit. Ouch. There's a Hell Knight just waiting on the other side of the exit door, but... Fool me once, you know?
There we go.
Hell yeah. Neon artifacts.
The Doom of Theseus. That's great, Master.
Yeah. I really am questioning, when does Doom stop being Doom? After we beat Auger Zenith, there's a few total conversions I have in mind that I want both of us to play, and they're going to look even further removed from Doom than these are. They're total conversions. They're not just WADs. Those are a bit more standalone and almost like they do some stuff that makes them almost their own game in certain respects. You'll see what I mean when we fire up the first one. It's very far removed from what you may think
this
is
going to
Doom.
be
Also, this bathroom.
This is a huge map. I can already tell just by hitting the enter button and how far zoomed out I was.
Yeah,
I was
just did some.
Which is really fun considering how small this beginning part is.
We're just in a men's room?
Well, there we go.
Okay. This almost feels like a Duke Nukem level. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What?
Yeah, what is this? Is this a boss thing? Go in, it ports you.
Hell yeah. I'm just looking at it on the map real quick. That is such a cool texture. Whoa.
This is big. There's a bunch of BFGs in this cage here. Oh man, what is this? Oh, holy
I was like,
shit.
is this the last level?
I think this might be the end of like an episode or something. We'll see, because it's like a 22 map thing from what I understand. So we're like near we're like in the middle of it right now. This is like a halfway point. I'm going to interact with this big wall. I think it's a huge door. Are you ready?
Go for it.
There's a few monsters, but blue key, I grabbed a blue key card. Where are you at?
I'm still in that big room.
Opening this blue door.
Oh, if you jump, you can go a little faster when running. Like a little boost. Whoops.
Hell? You know, I'm gonna wait for you. I think you're right behind me.
Yeah. All right.
I guess we're going to hell. Hell is only a state of mind. Wow, yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Everything we've been talking about, I didn't even know that was going to be there. Brought to you by Nexus VR. I guess this is some story shit. Are we ready to step into... Oh.
All rights reserved.
All rights reserved.
Whoa. Spooky.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We're in Doom 1? Is this supposed to be like a fake virtual reality playground thing?
Dude. These prison cells are like 6 doors deep. What? Hold on, let me zoom in on this shit.
I found a deeper one. Holy shit, what?
I'm still running down this hallway.
Oh, now I have to go back out that way. Whoa, yeah, this map.
This hallway goes on forever. Oh, dang. That's crazy. As you run further down the hallway, it slowly gets thinner and thinner until you can't move.
I'm going... Whoa, what is... Yeah.
Whoa. this is so confusing. What is this level? Whoa.
Do we have to find... Is there like a secret?
Whoa. Yeah. So like go all the way down, go through one of the doors. I just got sent to a skull pillar room. Kind of like how we went through one of the doors and entered a black area, then turned around to the castle.
Okay, yeah, I'm at the thinnest area. Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, shit. Okay, okay. Okay. Whoa, yeah. Bloody red room. Teleported.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Dude. Trippy.
In 3 Sigma Palmer Eldritch, there's a point where Barney and there's a point where the characters take Choosy, the drug that Eldritch has that lets him enter people's minds and go on trippy trips with them and affect their space. But once they take that drug, the whole rest of the novel, you're never quite sure if they sober up or if you could even get him out of your fucking system once he's in. So it creates a very trippy back half where you don't even really trust what's being told to you. And I think that's a fun feature of the novel because that's the exact kind of paranoia that Eldritch thrives on. Like, you need him to help you sort things out. I hit a switch. Okay. It lowered some things. Oh shit. There's a spider mastermind that just came out of the wall.
Behind the wall! Ah!
And
Don't go behind the wall!
I did.
Wait, do it! This is what? Whoa.
New space. Lots of dead bodies.
Cool.
Oh.
This level design is crazy.
Is there gonna be a monster? It's lowering. Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Onto like the central pillar. Cool. Maybe. Oh, I died. Never mind.
Okay. How do I get up to the thing?
Oh, I'm not gonna like this run back.
Soul Sphere.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a big old pain in the ass.
Yeah, especially that one hallway. The one that gets thinner and thinner.
Yeah, that one definitely took forever.
Oh, I found a secret.
Well, that's good.
I was hoping it would be a secret teleporter so I could skip this big, huge-ass hallway. It's not, so... Oh. Okay. Shit. Okay, yeah, there is a secret teleporter in that hallway. Keep an eye out for a red arrow on the floor when you're doing the run back. It'll point you to a teleporter so you don't have to run all the way down the super narrow hall.
That red arrow?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, what are all these chainsaws? Okay, and then I'm back in the blue room with the huge elevator. Back to where I need to be.
Yeah. Nice.
Hell yeah. You want to go through?
We did it. All right, clear.
Is this the exit? This
Nope.
is too nice. This is too clean. It's right here. Oh.
Right.
Oh?
Whoa?
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Can I how do I get out of here? Where's the exit? Oh? I think it's over this way, Jacob. Can you see me on the map? It might be hard to spot the corner I'm out of here. Right here. Right in front of me. Right here. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Is this the exit?
Dude, this is
pretty
honestly
fun,
a lot of
yeah.
fun.
They kind of
This is very
holy
House of
shit.
Leaves
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. They decided
This
to get
is-
fucking abstract after all the sci-fi. They're like, look, we made a really cool sci-fi map set. Now let's take you to hell.
Right? Is this our, like, are we
Whoa.
going crazy? Is that what's that? Whoa.
Yeah, we're back in a cityscape. This is awesome.
And the bathroom's different. Is this supposed to be like the same bathroom?
Yeah, is this
kinda
Silent
deal?
Hill? Did we just come out like of the dark world? And
Are we
this is
having
like,
repressed sexual
is
memories?
this, yeah, right? Holy shit.
My cruising days.
Wait, was that just a meth trip? Because here's the exit right here, and the exit was kind of like bandaged up to the start. Altered States was even the name of it. Excellent, excellent movie, excellent book.
Oh, man, I haven't seen that movie since college, and what a great one.
That might be. All right, so we are
Yeah.
on map 13, Lower Salt Lake City, and you know what? It is 10:22. I think this is going to be our stopping point for the night, but we will pick up on map 13 on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. CST here on Techno Poverty. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. CST, it's Shin Megami Tuesday, so I'm sure Lux and I will have something to say about Superman as we also make our way through the post-apocalypse there, but very impressed with that last map. What a high note to end on. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about the Jacob's ladder of all of this now. Like,
Right? I'm like, the environmental storytelling now, I'm like, I mean, obviously it's been really cool, but like, oh, there's a lot more to this than like...
yeah, that fragmented
spoken.
mirror dimension bathroom. There's so much implicated with that. Damn, I'm looking forward to that. We'll keep talking books. I know that I talked a bit about Palmer Eldritch today. I may continue that talk next week, but also I do want to get to Paradise Lost. I've been chatting about that since we started Doom. It's been on the periphery, and I want to make sure we actually get to it. Unlike some of the other books I've kind of booted off schedule as we were making it through, like Jet Set Radio Future. Kind of sad I didn't get to Bell Hooks' Outlaw Culture, but we'll find a way to work that back into the curriculum somehow. But you know what? It's been a fun night with some crazy weird Auger Zenith. I hope I've made some sense of the Frankfurt School for those who hadn't heard of it before or who've heard of it only in reference to being like a postmodern, culturally Marxist, leftist supercell of brainwashing thought. It's not it's actually a pretty cool thing, and it affects the way we talk about and interface with criticism today. If you have any interest in combating fascism, I do think on like a individual level, you can arm yourself with just some critical thinking tools when approaching media, and that's one of the things we espouse here at Technopoverty. But you know what? Let's not get too heady and get too serious. It is Monday. I hope you all have a nice night and take care.
Cheers, y'all. Have a lovely evening. Thanks for coming out.